Hi, I'm Sophie, and thank you so much for connecting with me. In this simple exercise I've just sent into your inbox, I'm going to show you how you can go from feeling overwhelmed to in control and far calmer. I use this exercise at least weekly as the starting point for any work I do to help exceptional heart-driven women work out what they most want so they can be fulfilled and happy in their lives and their work. It's super simple to do. You don't need anything apart from a notepad and pen for about 20 to 30 minutes, and there's no way you can do it wrong at all. I'm surrounded by amazing women who are juggling so many balls. Women who remember the small details as well as the big important things. Women who hold a million and one things in their heads and their hearts, and who, for the most part, hold it together. In my experience, though, when we're so busy, it can be really hard to work out what's most important to us. And we get so caught up in our to-do lists that we feel like we're never actually doing enough or getting to the things that are most important to us. So instead of feeling fulfilled and happy, we end up tired and overwhelmed and constantly on and exhausted. So the first step is that we need to give ourselves permission to stop and to think and to prioritize our own needs. Because what happens when we don't hit pause and connect in with what is most important to us is that the weeks and the months and the years pass and we're no closer to being where we want to be at the start of the year. We have to accept if we want to get clear and in control, we've got to work out what we most want. And we've got to make that a priority. And the ironic thing is that we don't actually need very much time. We just need to start. And that's what this exercise does really, really well. So this is my default whenever I'm starting to feel overwhelmed and stuck. When I'm feeling busy, but like I'm not really getting anywhere. Or when I need to make a decision and I'm procrastinating, or I keep going out and asking other people's opinions, but I'm not moving forward on something. So choose something that you are feeling stuck on at the moment, something you know you want to change and it's taking up your headspace, but you're not moving forward on, so you're feeling a bit stuck. The first stage is just to set a timer. So for 10 minutes, 15 if you've got it, and without applying any filters at all, capture absolutely everything that's in your head in relation to this. What do you think? How are you feeling? What are all of, what do other people think? What are what are all of the issues surrounding this topic? Don't question it. Don't try and filter it. Don't try and prioritize it. Don't try and work out how you're going to do something about it. Just get it all out and get it in one place. So this stage is all around capturing all of the issues that are in your head around this issue, this topic. Issues by their very nature tend to be big, complex, multifaceted, often outside of our control, and we can spend hours ruminating and thinking about issues without actually moving anything forward. So what step 2 does, it acts like a filter on this, and it forces us to work out what we most want. It moves us instantly from being reactive and out of control to working out what we most want and want to achieve in relation to it. So step 2 does that. It asks you to figure out, what do you want? What is the outcome that you most want or need in relation to this issue? Now, this bit can be hard because, in my experience, working out what we most want can often be the hardest part. We're very good at working out what other people want, or what we feel we should do. But the quality of everything that we do as a result, off the back of this, is dependent on the quality of that outcome and how resonant and engaged you are with that. So it's worth spending the time on it. The outcome's got to feel right, and it's got to feel something that you want, not something that anyone else thinks that you should be doing. But once you know what you want, we then need to start thinking afresh about how we're going to do that. Interestingly, statements or goals can often not help. So what happens when we've got an outcome or just a statement written is often our mind will start judging it, questioning it, critiquing it, putting up roadblocks in the way. So in order to get beyond that, we need to change that outcome into a question. So questions are incredibly clever, really. They're really clever and simple ways of moving toward getting sort of our conscious brain thinking about things rather than our conscious but unconscious biases and assumptions which stop us. So step 3 turns this outcome into a question. As I said, they're really incredibly simple but powerful hooks which will allow you to start consciously thinking afresh. And our brains are like, they can't help but try and find answers when they've been asked a question. So you'll start thinking afresh about it as soon as you get a question. But it can be quite tricky to do. So in order to turn that outcome into a question, you'll need to ask yourself, what is the question that would allow you to get as close as possible to that outcome? Or what is the question that you need to think about if you want to achieve that outcome? And I thought I'd give you a little example from my own life, which happened this week, just as an example. So earlier in the week, my phone broke, and I instantly had that kind of like stress response. Like, oh, it's frustrating, and I get angry and a bit annoyed, and I don't have time. And I could just feel myself sort of sinking into this powerlessness. So I quickly just downloaded the same form I've given you, and I jotted down all of the issues. So things like I needed to replace it quickly. I didn't have time to go into a shop. I didn't want to spend hours going through websites. I wanted something pretty similar to what I had, but I'd like some increased storage. I didn't want to spend a huge amount of money. My husband quite likes phones, but I don't want a really big phone because I've got quite small hands. I wasn't in a contract. I was on a SIM-only deal, so I was happy to go back into a contract if that meant I could, get a good deal. That was kind of my sort of top line issues. The outcome I ended up with was I wanted a pretty similar phone to the one I had, but with increased storage, and I wanted it quickly. And the question I therefore came up with was which phone was most similar to the one I had, but with increased storage. So with that question, I called up my sort of local store and I said, which phone is most similar to an iPhone 5S, but with increased storage? And the lady said, oh, it's an 8. You don't want to go any bigger than that because they get much bigger. But the 8 has got much more storage than you're currently on. And given I can see how much data you use, you can get this deal. But ring head office and they'll sort that out. So I called head office. They waived the initial upfront cost. They put me on a monthly program, which was only £6 more than I was currently spending. I got a much better phone with far more storage than I would possibly need. And they sent the phone to me within 12 hours of me breaking my current phone. So that's just a really simple example of kind of quite a transactional issue, but where I went from feeling overwhelmed and stuck to getting an outcome that was exactly right for me really, really quickly. So this sort of simple 3-step process allows us to go from feeling, stuck and a bit overwhelmed to getting much more clarity and control over things that we want. So whilst it's simple, this same process can be used on transactional things, but also moving us towards things that are far more transformational and far-reaching consequences in our life. So tomorrow I'd like to send you a follow-up exercise to this one, which is going to help you identify a challenging step that you want to take in your life, but for some reason you're not. And I'm going to help you craft a really powerful, incisive question that's going to allow you to understand what's currently stopping you and then help you move towards achieving that challenging step. So I'm really excited to share it with you. It's a really powerful, simple process. So I'll send you that tomorrow. But thanks again for downloading this. I've really enjoyed connecting with you, and I look forward to reconnecting with you too. So thank you.